Welcome back. It's now time for the business day. 1.7%. That's how much the Jamaican economy grew by for the October to December quarter of 2023 compared to the similar period in 2022. The figure, which is slightly lower than the 1.9% estimated by the Planning Institute of Jamaica, PIOJ, a few weeks ago, was released by the Statistical Institute of Jamaica earlier today. Now, according to Statin, the increase was mainly driven by the services industry, which grew by 2%. The sectors that performed the best were hotels and restaurants, up 8.3%, electricity and water supply, 5.2%, finance and insurance services, 3.6%. Meanwhile, the goods-producing industry grew by 0.8%. Improvements were largely due to growth in mining and quarrying, agriculture, forestry, and fishing and manufacturing. Notably, the construction industry declined by 3.8% compared to the similar period in 2022. Statin says preliminary estimates for 2023 indicate that the Jamaican economy grew by 2.6% for the 12 months of 2023. The services industry continues to drive the growth. Does the answer to the country's water problem lie within private sector interests? A major player in the private sector believes so, contending that the government will have to meet the private sector halfway. He was speaking at an OUR stakeholder engagement session earlier this week.
Jamaica, land of wood and water. Although recently water scarcity is becoming a problem and with the threat of climate change is expected to worsen over time, CEO and Vice Chairman of Pan Jamaica Group Limited, Jeffrey Hall, believes this is why the authorities need to focus on how the water sector evolves. But in order to do so,
we have to take a view on the cost of capital that's realistic, and we have to say it quickly, and we have to take a view that if private capital can provide water at less than the current marginal cost or marginal revenue of water, depending on what your target levels are, then we have to say to the private players, in connection with the NWC, rapidly get on with it.
He described the public-private agreement for the construction of the Rio Cobre treatment plant in St. Catherine as being a step in the right direction. It has a price tag of $2 billion Jamaican dollars. In addition to the Panjam Group, Epley and Vinci Construction grant projects are the other local players involved in the project.
Rio Cobre has taken a long time. I think it will represent, when completed, a watershed moment, pardon the pun, because it will allow others to see that template and rinse and repeat. I'm using lots of water metaphors, and I think solve our problems.
Yeah. The three entities have formed the Rio Cobre Water Limited that will build, finance, operate, maintain and transfer the water treatment plant for an initial period of 23 years of operation and an estimated 2 years of construction. The project is being financed by Sagicor Jamaica Limited, Proparco and IDB Invest.
And we thought it'd be an easy ask because we figured that local capital would say, well, of course we're going to have the OUR is going to make sure that the rate at which the NWC can charge for water is going to be adequate to compensate us. And we're all here, and we know if we don't get water to our people can be very demanding. So the credit risk ought not to be that significant. We found that the deal needed to attract global capital to happen.
For the Business Day, I'm Carrie-Ann Simpson.
And we go now to trading on the stock market. Today, the JSE index advanced by 787 points, while the junior market index advanced by 46 points. The winners were led by Epley 7.5%, Cygnus Real Estate Financial, KLE Group, Spurtree Spices, and Paramount Trading. Losers included Epley, Honeybun, Jamaica Public Service 7% preference shares, Jetcon Corporation, and AMG Packaging and Paper. The US dollar closed the trading week selling for an average $154.70. The Canadian dollar is being sold for $114.49. The pound is going for $196.19, while the euro is selling for an average $168.57. That glass of wine that you love so much may not have as much time left as you think. Scientists say 90% of the world's wine growing regions may have to close up shop by the end of the century. The problem? Climate change. Growing grapes suitably for wine depends on very specific temperatures, precipitation, and humidity. A new review published in Nature Reviews Earth and Environment says more droughts and heat waves may make grape production impossible. Now, regions that could be impacted include Spain, Italy, Greece, and Southern California. And that's it for the Business Day. Regional and international stories are next.